Putting out cigarettes on your body, and I'm drowning in the ash. All right, let me chill out. Let me chill out. Shout out my bro NJ Brown. Shout out my bro P Freeman. Let me chill out. But anyway, welcome back to a true. Or hey, where'd the A come from? The True Kings podcast. You feel me? We are back. Hopefully, y'all had an amazing Father's Day. I wanted to record this a day after Father's Day, but I didn't get a chance to. Had to take care of some school stuff as well as some work stuff, some financial stuff. Your boy trying to save up to get himself a PS5, you feel me? So we on a grind with school and everything right now. But hopefully all y'all had a great Father's Day. Shout out my father. I love my father very much. He's my inspiration for a lot of different things. And it's good to acknowledge the amazing fathers in this world. Hopefully one day I can be an amazing father. A lot of fathers don't get enough credit for how they raise their kids. Now that while there very much are some very not great fathers out there, we really have to give the amazing ones some credit for how they raise their children and how they're in their children's lives and everything. Because let's be honest, us as like I almost said us as father. I'm not a father yet. Us as men have a bad rep when it comes to how we raise our families and everything. And so it's very much, all we hear about is the bad things that fathers do and men do. And so I wanted to really come on here and say happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there and everything. Hold on, bro. But yeah, sorry about that, y'all. I had to take care of some business, but yeah. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there because a lot of y'all don't get a lot of credit, the credit that you deserve. Like I said, shout out my father, my grandfather, my uncles. You guys have done an amazing job raising your children. And I strive, and even though I know I screw up a lot of the time and everything, one thing I always strive to do is try to make my parents proud, especially my father, because, like I said, he is someone that I've looked up to my whole life, my inspiration. I look up to his work ethic and, the things he does for our family and things like that. And so, definitely happy belated Father's Day to him. I know, even though we didn't do much this Father's Day, uh, I finally have been able to help him get the gift that he has been asking for a while. The gift that he been asking for is actually something I want to. A PlayStation 5, y'all. A PS5. You know, uh I was able to help him go and get a PS5. I wanted to get him. I've been wanting to get him one. He's been kind of saying he's been wanting for the last few years. Same for myself. Um, but I wanted to get him one for Christmas, but no one wanted to help me go get him one. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy how like no one wanted to help me go get him one. I wanted to get him one. Because every single time, and it's kind of a meme now. Whenever Father's Day comes around, uh, birthdays for specifically things for like, and this is what the whole episode is going to be around: men's mental health. We'll get into that in a second, but specifically things when it comes to men. So like Valentine's Day, Father's Day, their birthdays, all that stuff, right? Uh, they tend to be underappreciated. No one really tends to get them the big extravagant gifts like how they may get a woman or a son or a daughter, or maybe they get a son a gift, but the older the son gets, he doesn't really get as much either. And so I kind of wanted to really get my father something that he'd been asking for a long time for Christmas. Couldn't afford it though, because I had to get stuff for other people. Shout out my family members. But this time I was able to go and along with my mom and my sisters help him afford to get a PlayStation 5, and that is what we did. And so he's got that on the way, and I'm very excited for him to sit there and enjoy it. And then I'm a I'm gonna get mine soon. I cannot wait to go out and get me enough money, to get me a PlayStation 5. I can't wait to play that new Assassin's Creed, that new Spider-Man. that new Avatar game. That Avatar game gonna be lit. I saw the trailer. That game look like it's gonna be so fun to play. I cannot wait to play that. I'm gonna have some fun when I get my PlayStation 5. I'm telling y'all that right now. But anyway, let's get to the video. The topic today is Men's Mental Health Month. I actually saw this the other day. I didn't even realize this was the case. It's crazy, right? Someone who is so big on mental health as myself, right? I this whole year, y'all know, has been a big mental health journey for me. A big physical health and mental health journey for me. And I've encouraged all of you on my other channel to make sure you go get that all taken care of and sorted out for yourselves as well. Someone who's so big on that doesn't know that is Men's Mental Health Month. You know what I'm saying? Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We're so big, like people are so big on Pride Month. Shout out, nothing wrong with Pride Month. You know, people are so big on Pride Month. People are so big on all these other things going on in the month and of course, and like I said, like I said, mental health for everyone is important. It's very important. It's how we survive. When our mental health is messed up, it's very hard to function and to live. You know, but the biggest thing nowadays is men's mental health does not get talked about enough. And like I said, us as men, I've been saying this the last few years. It's kind of crazy because it's like certain people, my sister, older sister specifically, it's like certain people, whenever I talk about certain things that men tend to go through, they tend to not have this understanding of what men go through and tend to act like men don't go through things. Older sister, but we're not gonna talk about that. No shade, no shade, no shade. I ain't throwing shade. Shout out my older sister, man. But I tried to teach her, y'all. I tried to teach her, but I'm never gonna forget. Let me shut up, y'all. Let me shut up. I might have to cut that out. 100%. I know my mom. My mom gonna 100% come and talk to me about this later. But listen, y'all. There are a lot of people out here who act like men don't go through things. And if we are going through things, we can't necessarily show we're going through things. Essentially, this is like either beginning of this year. No. This is actually last year. Y'all know the situation I went through last year. Not gonna get into it. Don't care to get into it. It's something I don't like to talk about anymore. It's something I refuse to talk about now. It's a part of the healing journey, the healing process. Stop talking about stuff, heal faster. Essentially, last year though, when I was going through it, your boy had to shed some tears. Your boy was sad. He had to, you know, like I didn't know how to cope with it. It was my first time dealing with something that hurtful in my life. Uh, Felt like my heart was literally ripped out my chest. You know what I'm saying? And your boy had to deal with it in different ways, and I didn't know how to. You know, now I definitely know how. Now I went through it. I know how to deal with it a lot better. But essentially, I was sitting there and I was talking to a dude, not a dude I know, and he said, I'm not gonna even shout out his name because like he tends to have a tendency to be really arrogant. People want to call me arrogant sometimes. Wait until y'all meet this guy. This guy is one of the most arrogant dudes I ever met in my life. But essentially, he has a tendency to be very arrogant. So I'm not even gonna say his name. But uh, I was talking to him last year, and he said, "Yeah, bro, I don't like crying in front of people. I don't like showing people my emotion and stuff." And I go, "Why? Like, what's wrong with it? Like, it's healthy to show emotion." And he goes, "Bro, because last time I showed emotion, like I got made fun of for it, and I don't like doing it." And that's the thing. Like us as men, we're not allowed to show our emotions, and it's like, why is that a societal thing? Um, like I said, it's like men's mental health is becoming a meme to society. I don't know. I don't know why that is. There was a something I saw the other day. Um, Shout out Kicking It with Ross. The Ross the Chosen one is Instagram, all that stuff. He does the In the Clutch YouTube channel. If y'all haven't watched In the Clutch, one of my favorite YouTube channels currently. Love their reaction videos. But he was he posted something on Instagram, right? Something that a woman said, and basically, it's like nowadays, it's like men can't do anything. It's like we do this, we looked at this week, we do that, we looked at this week, we do that, we looked at this week. This woman said, "A man who takes care of his kids is so weak and so lame." This was a tweet. I don't have Twitter, so I can't go to the exact Twitter, but this was like something Ross had posted on his Instagram, and he was talking about it. It's like a man taking care of his own kids is makes him a weak man. In my opinion, that makes him a pretty strong man. If I do say so myself, as someone who grew up in a good household, with a strong male role model, a strong black male role model to be exact, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, that is like a superpower. Being able to sit there and be a grown man and take care of your kids, do what a man is supposed to do. How was that looked at as weak? It's like, what type of person are you to sit there and say that's a weak man to take care of his children? You know what I'm saying? So a man who cries, shows mental health, shows some sort of emotion, uh, you know, some women, not all women, and I'm like, it's not just women, even men do this as well. Say that a man who goes to therapy is weak. How is that weak? That's another sign of a strong man. He's willing to better himself for the not just himself, but for the people around him. That makes him a very strong man, in my personal opinion. So I'm just trying to figure some stuff out here. Why in the world is society like this? Why in the world can a man not show emotion? Why in the world can a man's mental health not be taken serious? I know this is something that I probably said in the past. It's something that you probably see all the time now. Even though I say it's not taken serious, this is something that is talked about. Still, something that people tend to like, they like to ignore, but it's at least talked about somewhat. Is that the suicidal rate in men, right? The rate in suicide in men is a lot higher than any other gender or genders, right? It's so much higher because we can't really speak, right? I don't know if y'all saw this. This is something that happened like last year. And this is one reason why men decide not to go to therapy. Not just because there are people out there that think a man who goes to therapy is weak, but there was this woman on TikTok, right? I don't get on TikTok no more. I get on it sometimes, but I don't really get on it no more. I don't really post on it no more. TikTok was never really my thing. But this woman she was a therapist, right? She's a therapist. Now, the one thing you want from a therapist is for them to really keep some stuff to yourself, right? Now, what is the number one reason a lot of men don't go to therapy? It's not the fact that they can't afford it. It's the fact that they feel like they shouldn't have to talk to strangers about their stuff, right? About their personal life. When they go and talk to strangers about their personal life, you know how much trust they have to put into that person to sit there. Um, and like I said, for y'all, like, I'll recommend this: when you go to therapy, take your time. Understand you do have a limited time limit, but take your time and learn to build some trust with the person you're talking to, right? So it would probably take these guys a long time, several therapy sessions to build their trust with this woman. So they're talking to this woman about their problems, right? And now she's on Facebook all of a sudden and she's airing out all her clients' businesses, their relationships, all the stuff that's causing them mental health pain up here. And it's like, how can we sit here and trust, and you're out here, you know what I'm saying, airing out all these men business? This is exactly why we're so a lot of men are so messed up psychologically right now. So many men are crazy, depressed, all this stuff, because it's like we don't have a voice. And here's the thing: there are going to be people to say men don't have a voice. What do you mean? All of y'all have a voice. When I say a voice, I mean a voice to come and speak up on this stuff, right? Because let's just be honest, all right? Society is kind of against everyone right now. It doesn't matter your gender, men, women, whatever gender you are. It is against everybody for the most part in some shape or form. But I feel, in fact, I can't even say I feel, because we're gonna go based off of logic here. I know society does not like it when men speaks on certain things. You can get on social media, you can go and talk in person. In society, it's just so against men nowadays due to a specific number of men. Hold on, my computer about to die, y'all. My computer about to die. It can't die on me now. We just started this episode. Hold on, y'all. I gotta put this on the charger real quick. Come on, go in, my guy. All right, but we good now. But it's like society wants to discard what men says so bad. There's a certain thing that, and I hate to say it, but there's a certain thing that specific people like to say that's called mansplaining. Basically, is when a man finally explains his emotions about why he feels about a certain situation, and he may come in and put some logic into it, and then they'll call it mansplaining. You know, I was at work one day, and yes, I'm out in this out right now. I don't care. What are y'all gonna do? No, let me chill, bro. Let me chill out. But I'm out in this out right now. I was at work one day, right, and there was this new girl that came in. This is like 2 months ago, actually. Right, we all just sitting there, we chilling, we doing our work, and we have a conversation with the new girl. Now we sitting there chilling, we just chopping it up, nothing toxic, right? And a new girl randomly goes, she said something about men. What did she say? She randomly goes and says, hold on, hold on. Y'all think I don't got the messages for this? I got the messages for this, y'all. Where they at? Where they at? Because I was talking about it with somebody. With somebody. Where is it at? Cause hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. Because I had it, I wrote it down actually. I actually typed it down. Hold on, I'm reading it right now. Cause I'm not gonna read the. All right, well, I didn't type the exact thing down. But basically, I just typed down that she was just started randomly talking trash about men. Basically, she said something like, "Oh yeah, yeah." She said, this girl said, men can't multitask. And now y'all probably like, that's something that's not really that bad, right? It's the way she said it. She came out and said, "Hey, do you know men can't multitask?" And we all just looked at her and was like this. Like, look at how I'm looking at y'all right now. We all just looked at her like this. Like this. Let me chill out. Let me chill out. I'm not on my regular channel. I'm on my podcast channel. So if this goes on Spotify, like I'm trying to get this on some other stuff. So basically, she just said men can't. She said it. Men can't multi. She said, "Hey, did you guys know men can't multitask?" Like, why you say it like that? Like what did men do to you to sit there and for you to start automatically talking trash? You know what I'm saying? She said some other stuff I'm not gonna get into, but it's like, why you gotta say all that? Like, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? And then basically, we got into not. I was trying to explain to someone else because someone else had asked me a different about a question to a different explanation about something, and then she gonna go and say, "Not you mansplaining about this." It's like they asked me a question. What you mean I'm mansplaining? Get out of here. See, like I said, like we can't even dog, we can't even speak without getting judged quick as heck, bro. Come on. That's what I'm saying. This is why men can't seem to have a voice anymore. You know? Also, the biggest thing that irks me nowadays, and this is something that is at the top of my mind. This is like I said, this is a video about men's mental health and stuff, and how I think. In fact, I know us as men aren't. appreciated as much anymore, or appreciated at all, really. You know, is we can go and we could talk about specifically, like, let's look at the dating game real quick for men. All right, what, or not even a dating, but it's mainly held in the dating game. This quote, right? Men ain't, y'all know the word. Men ain't S, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say it, but men ain't S. Y'all know what I'm saying. I hate now. One thing I used to do, I may still do it every once in a while, but I try not to, is generalize, right? Now, if I was to say that about women, right, people would scold me. They try to cancel me. They sit there and say, "Wow, he's this, he's that," right? Now, here's the thing: there are some very bad apples out there. There are very toxic women. In fact, I would sit there and say, majority of women at some point in time love a toxic man. Most likely, it's gonna be from when they're in their early teenage years all the way until they're in their mid 30s. They're gonna love a very toxic guy, right? And they're gonna have this toxic mindset, and then finally, when they have a couple kids by a dude they shouldn't have had kids by, that's when they're finally sitting there thinking, "Oh, I had this very good man at one point." Understand this: there are very good men out there, very good men. I'm not even gonna sit here and say I am one of those men, because I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm one of, like, it's not up to me to judge whether I can sit here and say I'm a good man all the time and speak good on myself, but that I've determined over the course of this year that is not up for me to judge. That is up for everyone else to judge whether I am a good man or not, a good young man or not. That's up to me. Now, do I think I am a decent guy? Of course. Why wouldn't I think that? Why wouldn't I say that? But I know I have shown very toxic traits in the past when it specifically comes to dealing with girls and dealing with myself. I've shown very insecure, toxic traits in the past. Stuff that I've definitely worked on this year and I'm still working on. But it is not up to me to sit there and judge on whether I'm a good man or not. That is up for others to decide. The people who I associate myself with, the people who I get into relationships with, my family members, that is up for all of them to decide. But I'm not going to sit here and say, look at all women, right, as a whole and be like, all women are trash. I'm not going to sit there and say that. I'm going to say there are bad apples. But there is this generalization that I've heard so many times over the course of the last few years. And I've gotten so used to it that it barely like, I could hear it now and it don't even bother me. Now, whenever I hear these people explain their reasonings for why they think that, that is when it bothers me, because it's like, how are you gonna sit here and say this? But it almost sounds like every experience that you had, it was with people you chose. Now, sometimes it's not with people you chose, but 9 out of 10, you chose to have those experiences with those people. You chose to keep dealing with those people. You could have got rid of them and never went back to them a long time ago, but you chose to keep dealing with those people. So how are all men a certain way when that specific person that specifically made you think this way showed you those characteristics about them over and over and over again? Come on now, let's be real. There are amazing men out there. Hence why the video I was hinting to the amazing fathers, right? Like I said, it's like people hold, and by all means continue. I'm not going to stop you. I can't stop you. People hold men very accountable. But let's hold everyone accountable to that same standard, you know? Let's hold everyone accountable to that same standard. Oh, hey, let's, like, I hate to bring this up. A man sits here and physically abuses a woman, right? It could be an accusation that's proven to not be true. All of a sudden, even when it's proven not to be true, he's still losing out on deals, losing out on money, all this stuff, right? People losing respect from people just because he even had the accusation, right? A woman has that accusation and nothing happens to her. Oh, but it's proven that she was actually the abuser. She is the abuser and everything, right? She actually was, right? And almost nothing still happens to her. Prime example right now is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I'm pretty sure y'all know that case, that situation. That's the prime example right now. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. She said Johnny Depp abused her. Now they were both pretty toxic to each other. We're not gonna sit there and lie about that. But she said Johnny Depp abused her. Where? Because from what we all saw, Amber Heard was the one abusive. She's the one taking dumps on that man's bed. She's the one physically abusing him. She's the one caught on camera or caught on camera and audio, whatever, in saying, "Tell the world, Johnny. Tell the world that Johnny Depp, I, a man, am being abused, and let's see how many people side with you." She's the one saying that. But guess what? Johnny Depp somehow is still the one with the money, the movie deals, all of that. And Amber Heard still gets a chance to be an Aquaman. See what I mean? See what I mean? Like, come on now. Let's be wait, what is it? BFFR. Be freaking for real, bro. Shout out B Souls. Be freaking for real. BFFR, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Be for real. That's all I'm saying, bro, is we got to start taking men's mental health and we got to start holding everyone accountable, not just men, everyone accountable to the same exact standard. The same exact standard. You know, appreciate the good people because a lot of good people are taken for granted now. And I don't like that. I don't like that, you know. Now that doesn't mean you have to respect certain people. That doesn't mean you have to, but I'm saying understand that then there is a good person in your life. Understand that whenever, you know, appreciate them more like than what you do. Like learn like when it's their day, spoil them. When you see that they do something good for you, sit there and understand that if you give up on that person, that's on you, not them. You know, understand that not all men are terrible. Understand that men go through the struggles that a lot of the same struggles that women go through, that everyone goes through. You know, understand that we're all equal to the point to where we have to sit here and say all of us go through the same thing. That's that's all I wanted to say with this episode, y'all. Anyway, it's about to be 12 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be 12 a.m. It's currently 11:59 p.m. You feel me? But I hope y'all enjoyed this pod episode. You know, I love doing this, man. I love doing this. I love doing this so much. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this pod episode. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go to my other channel, my main channel, and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at a True Kings Podcast. That's the podcast Instagram. And then my main Instagram at LJ Johnson Official. Make sure y'all go follow me there. And y'all stay safe. You know, you guys remember your kings, your queens. You know, you guys are the real MVPs, man. Understand that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.